What's up, guys? I'm the GamePro232 and I'm here to show you how to defeat the Eye of Cthulhu in Terraria. For those noobs out there, this may be a challenge. For those experts, it's no problem, but if you're an expert, you're probably not watching this video. And yeah, this is actually a series that I am bringing back. If you go all the way to the beginning of my channel, late last year, sort of, actually, began it in October, you will notice that there's a boss battle series that I started but ended because my Xbox 360 stopped working. But I got this on the Xbox One, so we are good. Now, let's go through my basic inventory. I have a tungsten broadsword, I have an ice boomerang, an Amazon, a flare gun, a bug net, which is useless, a savage gold pickaxe, which is pretty useless, some snowballs, which are useful, and I've got, for potions, I got night owl potions and swiftness potions. Other than that, that's my basic inventory. Now, I also have healing potions, which I will be using, most likely. I don't know if I'll need it, but note that I have 160 life, which is 8 hearts, as you can see there at the top. And for my basic armor, as soon as I kill this annoying demon eye, for my basic armor I have, well, for my equipment I have ice skates, intrepid, white string, and blizzard in a bottle, and a warding shekel, and a jagged fart in a jar. So that is that. And one last thing, my armor is the Viking helmet and the iron chest plate and the iron leggings. Fairly simple thing. You get the by the way, you get the Viking helmet from an undead Viking, but an iron helmet will do just the same. I did the Viking helmet because it looks awesome. Your defense will be the same while you have the iron helmet and or the iron helmet. Now, the trick with the Eye of Cthulhu is quite simple. Actually, at the beginning, you can pretty much do whatever you want, but what works fastest is what works fastest. So, I'm gonna basically say that if you can hit the Eye of Cthulhu with the boomerang on the back shot, when the boomerang starts to come back to you, you will probably get the most hits off of that, because if you hit him directly, your boomerang ends up just bouncing back and coming back to you. But if you use your Amazon or any yo-yo that you might have, you can do lots of damage because your yo-yo stays out there. But if you have enough skill, you can use your ice boomerang or enchanted boomerang, whatever boomerang you might have, and you can lead the Eye of Cthulhu a little bit, and when the boomerang is coming back to you, he'll hit the Eye of Cthulhu multiple times. And with the yo-yo, once again, it simply just kind of stays out there and does damage as long as it's touching the guy. And it just basically just bounces back and forth on him because a yo-yo always wants to follow the cursor. And another tactic, obviously, is to catch him on fire. That is a useful tactic that you can simply do with the flare gun, or if you're using a bow by any chance, you can easily use flaming arrows or frostburn arrows on top. If you want, you can even have your flaming arrows on top of your bow of whatever kind that you might be using. You may want a gold bow for this, maybe a tungsten or silver bow might work, but you can use simply flaming arrows or frostburn arrows. And a really interesting thing, you can do double flame damage, is if you have your flare gun and your frostburn arrow bow, you can have both frostburn and fire debuff inflicted on the Eye of Cthulhu. It is a very useful tactic that you can use to cause a little bit of extra damage, and it's quite interesting and cool to watch the Eye of Cthulhu burn in extreme cold and extreme heat. It's pretty funny and ironic at the same time. But yeah, the Night Owl Potion, I don't think it's necessary exactly, but I think it just improves your ability to know where the Eye of Cthulhu is. If you're doing this on flat ground, unlike me, where I'm on ice, where I have ice skates that will improve my mobility just a little bit, if you're on flat ground, you won't be able to tell where the Eye of Cthulhu is exactly, because he sometimes and often goes underneath the ground. But what you can do to prevent that is you can dig a tunnel a little bit underneath where you're fighting and place torches, and then you'll be able to identify exactly where he is quite simply. But I suggest if you don't have Hermes boots, get some ice and hopefully have some ice skates. If you don't have ice skates, just any type of platform will work. But I don't know if having plain, simple platforms would be good. I think you might want a solid block. Now, for the second mode. This is a bit of a tricky one for some people, I might say, because of the skill part. It does take a lot of skill to note exactly when he'll charge, but if you get the timings down, he will be a piece of cake. Now, as you can tell, and may be able to see right here, the Eye of Cthulhu will charge 3 times and then wait and hover a little bit. You want to jump over him as he charges at the last or second to last time, so that you can get away from him quite simply and kill him. So yeah, that is how to fight the Eye of Cthulhu and what types of tricks you can do. I hope that this helped you, but now let's go over the stuff that you get from him. You get Demonite ore, which is what you want, and that's the best stuff. That's the best stuff that you can get from him. You get healing potions, lesser healing potions. To be specific, you get gold, and you get a few corrupt seeds, which are kind of useless in my opinion, but, you know, if you want to make the world evil, why not? I mean, like, it's pretty nice. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, please be sure to subscribe, and maybe even hit that bell button to become part of my notification squad. This has been the GamePro232 teaching you how to defeat the Eye of Cthulhu in Terraria, and I'm out. See you next time in the next Boss Battles episode.